I think you should defend the living that you're making, or at least the content you're posting.
Do you think I should?
He's not here to defend the living he's making. This is not the point of this interaction. This is so... Oh my God, boomer. Have you heard of Warren Smith, a teacher who about a year ago came out talking about why J.K. Rowling is not actually problematic, not actually transphobic? And something interesting happened to him recently that I just have to talk about to someone. I just have to get it off my chest. It's driving me absolutely crazy. Hi, thank you for coming back to my channel or stopping by for the first time. My name is Kwai Kunt. I leave in my bad edits because or my misspeakings because it's more real in today's world of AI. This is just what I'm going to do for the moment. But if you didn't hear about Warren Smith, he had this amazing video come out, I think just over a year ago.
She's had a pretty controversial past. I just want to know, like, what are your thoughts on it? And, like, do you still like her work despite her bigoted opinions?
So let's get specific, though. Let's define bigoted opinions. What opinions are bigoted? We're going to treat this as a thought experiment. I'm not going to say what's right or wrong or what way to think. The whole point is to learn how to think, not what to think.
Yeah.
So when you say bigot, you're starting with the conclusion that given her bigoted opinions.
Yeah.
So first, let's start with, does she have bigoted?
Love that line, by the way, teaching you how to think, not what to think. More true than ever and needed in our society more than ever nowadays.
With, does she have bigoted opinions? So when you say bigoted opinions,
She has had a history of being extremely transphobic, I've heard.
hey, you've heard. So what? Can you give me an example?
If you look at her Twitter, I think you can see a few things. If you want, I could try and find something. In 2019, she said, "Dress however you please, call yourself whatever you like, sleep with any consenting adult who will have you live your best life in peace and security, but force women out of their jobs for stating that sex is real."
So you find that bigoted? What do you find about
It was
in there?
It was deemed transphobic. I myself,
Do you find that transphobic yourself?
I don't really have an opinion on it, but I'm just going with what a lot of other people have said.
So let's pause it. Let's not go with what other people are.
I'm just going with what other people feel like and tell me because I have no brain or thought for my own. Sorry, Warren, I didn't mean to pause you there, buddy.
With what a lot of other people have said.
So let's pause it. Let's not go with what other people are saying. Let's try and learn how to critically think. So let's analyze the tweet ourselves. So that statement, do you see anything problematic? Disregarding other people's opinions.
She did try and pin some things on a specific group of people.
Where does she do that? Can you read that?
But force women out of their jobs for stating that sex is real.
So when I hear that, I'm interpreting that as meaning if a woman says that, saying that there's a difference between men and female and then being attacked as transphobic, I think that's what she's saying by attacking someone for stating that sex is real.
That is exactly what she's saying.
Is that transphobic to you?
So, to me, no. Stating that sex is real is not transphobic. It's just a fact of life. It exists.
So is there anything you disagree with in that tweet?
In that tweet, I can't really see anything that I myself disagree with, but I can see why some people would think, oh, this is offensive. We can't have that here or something, because...
Sure.
Can someone explain to me why it's offensive? Because it's just a fact. Like, facts can coexist. These things can coexist together. Sex can still be real and trans people can still have rights. Like, I don't know why there was such an explosion in the last few years of acting like trans people are just hated against, they have no rights, and all these other like crazy things. Again, if you're familiar with my videos, I think it's just the bad apples of the group that are just spoiling the bunch. And I'm sure regular trans people, like the few friends I have who are actually trans and living this lifestyle, they don't feel this way. And yeah, I don't know, it's so silly. But yeah, you can see how short this video is and how quickly he flips it here.
There's an apology tweet.
Let's read that. What did she say there? I haven't read that.
I respect every trans person's right to live any way that feels authentic and comfortable to them. I'd march with you if you were discriminated against on the basis of being trans. At the same time, my life has been shaped by being female. I do not believe it is hateful to say so.
You see anything problematic there?
She's apologizing, so no, not really. If I could read it again.
It sounds like a very similar statement as what she was just saying. She's basically saying, like, I have nothing, to me, this is what I interpret it as, I have nothing against someone being trans.
Exactly.
It's your life, but you just don't get to impose on you can live how you want, I can live how I want.
Yeah.
And let's all,
Exactly.
So I guess now that we're looking at it like, oh, there's not much difference between me or her, do you think it's fair that that she's being attacked by a large group of people and people are calling her, like you said at the beginning of this conversation, you said, given the fact that J.K. Rowling is transphobic, how do you feel about Harry Potter? Now, retroactively looking at that statement, do you think that was the best way to phrase it?
No, I feel like an idiot now.
It's okay though, but this is why we do this, to learn how to think.
There's been like
My cat is attacking my door and demands to be out now. Right now. Kitty. Oh God.
In my class specifically, like in our class, there's been quite a few people in there who have been saying like, oh, she's transphobic. I've not, like, until today, I haven't really thought about it because I just believe like, oh, there's 5 people saying it. It must be correct. Yeah.
That's great.
It's this kind of stuff I can't stand. It's this you're with us or against us mentality. But this is not exactly what I want to talk about today about Warren Smith. This is just the video that got him very famous, and that might be why I might have sped it up, because you probably have seen it before. But to move on, recently Warren Smith was invited to speak at a college, which is great, especially with the climate after Charlie Kirk's unfortunate assassination, and he agreed. He went there, and the video he posted from it, obviously we don't know if there was better conversations going on or what. I mean, I believe he would have posted them if it were true, but I was so disappointed at what these college kids were asking him. Here, let's take a look at some of these.
So I was invited by Sam Richards to come down and talk to his students. This is the same class I've made a number of videos covering. We started having this conversation after a remarkable class session the day after Charlie Kirk was assassinated.
What is it about listening to students that's so intriguing?
Because this is where those conversations are supposed to be happening.
I want to point out, I really love what he said, how these are the types of conversations that college students should be happening. One of the big criticisms, I've probably bitched about this on my channel somewhere else, that people have told me in my real life that they were upset about with Charlie Kirk, was that he was having these conversations with mere college kids. Again, these are supposed to be our bright future. These are supposed to be people who are spending hours and hours training and molding their brains to education, research, knowledge, and it is very concerning to me that so many of them are popping up bad. I mean, if you look at my last video with Yeonmi Park, if she was right about what was going on in the University of Columbia in 2016 with all the woke bullshit, I can't even imagine how much this was actually happening around the country and how much it is a problem. But my problem, again, to refocus, to get back on topic, this right here is what is annoying, because people were not asking Warren for his opinions on this or that. No, they were not asking him to stand up for anything he believed in. They were not asking him to defend his side of things. I didn't even hear anyone say J.K. Rowling. These kids were mostly unaware of who he was and badgering him the whole time about why should I watch your YouTube channel. It's I can't make this up. It's pathetic.
To value autonomy in your thought, but all you really do in your videos, which you post nearly every day, is react to Joe Rogan podcasts, which doesn't really sound like individual.
It's really funny that this kid is saying this right now, especially with what he's going to say in a second here. Just watch.
Thoughts of me. You create your own content, but you don't really give your own thought, at least from what I've seen. I mean, granted, I only watched a few minutes out of each of your videos while I've been sitting here, but I have gone through a year or so through the video.
I've been scrolling through your thumbnails and your titles, and I gotta say, this seems like just a regular React YouTube video, and I'm gonna criticize you because you seem right-leaning, you seem like you're bigoted and racist and terrible for these thumbnails and titles, man. What the fuck is happening here? Why is this kid being this stupid?
Videos, and I've seen the titles of them. You don't necessarily give your own thought. You don't really comment.
You don't watch the videos. You said yourself you're watching a minute or two, and while you're just sitting there, for the first time, you're opening up his channel and looking at it and watching the first minute, you're not gonna get this is my problem with people. You're not gonna get the nugget of the story in the first minute of YouTube channels. Don't you YouTube videos? You guys should know this. Maybe Gen Z doesn't know this, I guess. Maybe that's old knowledge now. But that annoyed the shit out of me too with the whole Charlie Kirk thing, when people were like, oh, he said that Taylor Swift should bend the knee to her man or whatever. And like in that same video where he said that, he said, okay, all jokes aside, oh, I'm joking, haha. Like, but people don't hear that. They hear what they want to hear. They click off, they get mad, and they just want to grandstand. You just want to look good for the girl next to you, probably, my dude. Like, come on.
It's on anything that's, of substance that other people haven't mentioned themselves.
Clearly he has substance to offer, because he is over 500,000 followers now, subscribers, if you will. And yeah, his videos are great. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna skip ahead a bit.
You said, I just scrolled through a few of your videos right now, right?
Which is awesome.
Who's this kid in the background running? He's like, I gotta pee.
But bro, you said, I just scrolled through a few of your videos right now, right?
Which is awesome.
Yeah, but this is like what, in like 5 minutes? In 5 minutes, you already made a comment by just scrolling through some videos right now. And I'm like, yo, dog.
Call him out, teacher man. Now he's saying bro and yo and dog a little too much for me. Oh my God. I remember when some guy like said, what's up, dog, to my dad, like back in the 90s, and I thought it was so lame back then even.
You're going to detect that pattern where most of the time it is someone who's just, no offense, but has watched a minute and making an observation. And things continued along that route where I noticed it was not about the logic or any of the issues that I've talked about. It was all about the person.
I just had an interesting perspective and thought. So with everything that you're saying, where you don't really care if I'm misspeaking. You just said a little bit ago you don't really care about the politics of it, and you're not trying to push a specific agenda, correct? Like in the videos you've made.
It's not political for me. It's there are principles in the world that I think are important, but it's not about getting a politician elected or representing the Republic.
See, they're already shut off to that because of exactly what she just said. And she's trying to talk to him about it, but she still can't open her mind enough to be like, oh, you just believe in truth or like some other, regular foundations of life. No, everything's left or right nowadays. And again, you're the fucking fool if you're the one so worried about that shit all the time, while these rich people get away with whatever the fuck they want. Like the Epstein files being released the other day, thank God, there's hope in the world again, a little bit. Not that that's not going to come with its own problems, I'm sure, but it needs to be done. We have to like actually be against the bad guys in real life, not just someone who has a different opinion than you that you're going to misconstrue. I could go on forever. I'm gonna shut up.
Republican line. Like equity, I think, is a very bad idea, and I can break down those reasons. Yeah. Logic exists independent of us. That's why I constantly say, make it about the logic and not the person.
Yeah.
I had a question for Warren. I kind of wanted to question like your credibility.
This girl, okay, I'm gonna skip ahead for a bit because she just has a hard time like getting the words like out, but she's like, I just want to know like why I should watch your YouTube channel, what, and she's like kind of trying to like be like almost like a show and tell, like, hey, tell us your good points. It could have that positive spin on it potentially, but she's just sounding like a bitch. I want to know about your credibility. I want to know why we should watch you.
Been a surprise to me. It's a good question. It's one I contemplate every day.
Like, I feel like anyone that I would watch on the internet and spend my time watching, I have a reason for why I want to hear what they have to say. So I'm just thinking like, I don't know you at all. I don't know your videos, but why would I want to listen?
She just can't get off of this thought. Like, how about you watch the video first and then see, is this the kid who had to pee? He's just running right in front of her.
I'm just thinking like, I don't know you at all. I don't know your videos, but why would I want to listen to what you have to say on some random matter?
Yeah, but that's subjective, so there's no way that I can give you that answer. Like you could pick a person, someone you do watch, and you're like, I enjoy this person.
How about you watch his video, just one full video, and decide if the content is for you or not. If not, no harm done. If so, then you won't need to ask this stupid, weird fucking question. I don't understand what she's trying to do here. Oh my God.
Only you can explain why you enjoy that person. All I can do is provide the the logical foundation, hopefully, and if I can make the dynamics clear enough.
I feel so bad for Warren here. He clearly seems like a bit thrown off. I would be too if I were him, because you've come here, you know, you're like, oh man, I can't wait to get into like some real topics and everything. And then the crowd is just a bunch of Gen Z idiot children who are like, why should I listen to you? What's your credibility? And it gets worse. It gets worse from here. Trust me.
I hope that makes it digestible and enjoyable. And if people watch it, they watch.
So you don't know why people watch you.
Can I ask you?
No, I don't.
Hopefully she'll watch this video now.
Why should someone spend the time watching your videos? Like, what gives you the credibility to even comment on something that doesn't involve yourself?
What is credibility? Does it give me credibility because I was a teacher for 5 years, or I spent 9 years in college and I have a master's degree? Does that make me credible? Or is the logic either there or it's not?
I'm gonna jump and assume and just call the majority of the audience here leftists. I don't know if they are, but this leftist like thing of like credibility, it's so weird. What, you gonna start checking the credentials of everyone who posts to YouTube? I mean, if that's how you want to watch your content, fine. But honestly, I prefer I prefer just personality of people. Isn't that better to go off of someone's personality? To sit here and like score everyone on this arbitrary like list of things that make you credible. It's weird. It's weird to me. And you know, they're checking your history. Did you ever say the N-word once? Did you ever like make a racist joke? Oh my God, I can't listen to you ever. Like they eliminate an echo chamber themselves by doing things like this. And it's so sad. Like, I love that he titled this Confront Me on Absolutely Anything, because he went there totally open and this is what he got. And it's just sad that this is the best they could come up with, I guess.
A truck driver could lay out a logical argument. If the logic is not there, having a PhD is not going to help you. You have to make that judgment for yourself.
You're not an influencer.
Someone should tell this poor dumb girl, because I listen to a lot of true crime, that I've heard of several murderers who have their bachelor degree and even a couple who had their master's. This credibility thing is stupid. And you know what else is interesting? These Gen Zers, and I feel like this is such a thing, they seem like boomers, don't they? It's like every other generation or two, you get like the similarities, like massive similarities between people.
One day that could just stop and you won't be making any sort of income anymore.
One day your YouTube channel could just get 0 views and you won't have any money, Billy. You can't sit there and play video games all day. It's not making any money. What the fuck?
You make a career out of such uncertainty.
We're locking in.
How can you I'm sitting here in a college room, I forget what it's called right at the moment, I don't care, and I'm so smart for being here because I'm looking after my future, and you're not, because you're a successful master holding YouTube channel. Like, what is this boomer talk?
You're right. Yeah, you voluntarily enter the unknown. It is uncertain, but when you're in that uncertainty, that's where the rewards are going to exist, as opposed to where I went in every day as a teacher, given that it could vanish, I'm able to make.
I feel so bad that he has to defend this point. He's not here to talk about running a YouTube channel. He's not here trying to get them to watch his YouTube channel. He wants to be confronted on any topic, on any issue, to prove he has good logic. And you're asking a man who does this for a living to sit here and talk about why he's credible? It's so boring. Is it not boring? Also, I realized what our white hoodie bro is doing. He's a microphone runner. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make fun of him running to the bathroom. He's a microphone
Yes, it
runner.
could end at any time, but what's your point? So because an endeavor could come to an end, you should not embark on that endeavor?
So we're currently in a room of like.
Does she know that her college career could just end one day? She could just become massively disabled and not be able to show up to college anymore? Then why are you pursuing it, lady? We're back to this chick. I didn't realize that we went back to this chick, but I remember what she says too. And guess what? It's just like what the other dummies are saying.
Like, I would assume over give or take 500 people. So the first answer that you provided being, oh, I don't know how to answer that, or I can't answer that.
This kid is chewing on his... Bro, what are you doing? Most of them are on their phone, not even paying attention. Like, okay, I get it. Like, college is boring and long. Like, I fell asleep in class many a time. But like, why are you chewing on your thing, bro? There could be germs on there. What the fuck are you doing?
Wouldn't that solidify someone's position to not watch you? Because if I'm listening to someone, especially when they post mainly political content, I would like to hear some defense or some like reasoning for why I should.
You're not giving him anything to defend. You're not giving him anything to like go off of. You guys are just aiming and shooting at the fact that he's a YouTube channel owner. And again, because they sniff the bullshit, they can smell that it's different from what they and their friends think. So I think they're just giving him a hard time for this reason, or they're also just too scared to like actually delve into like a real topic with him. But like, come on, what are you doing, lady? This doesn't make sense.
Continue to listen to their stances, but if they were to instantly say, oh, I can't answer that question, I think you should defend the living that you're making, or at least the content you're posting.
So you think I should?
He's not here to defend the living he's making. This is not the point of this interaction. This is so, oh my God, boomer.
But if I were here to try and sell you to watch my content, then there would be some prerogative for me to do that. But I'm not here to do that.
No, completely.
Yeah. I actually appreciated your answer, by the way.
I talk about what interests me the most when I feel like I can offer something to it. I think it would hurt the content if I were to think that way.
Yeah.
I want to genuinely talk about what I'm interested in and why, and break it down how I see it, and not worry about how it lands. That should.
These dumb kids are so used to being left or right or black or white or so many other things that they can't even conceptualize the thought of being open-minded and deciding things for yourself, and sometimes pissing off both sides of the fence. I've been thinking for a few months now that being a fence sitter is not only inevitable, because what power do we have as regular just people in America? We don't have any fucking power. We can't change more than it much at all. Like, we don't have fucking, I'm surprised they're releasing the Epstein files, to be real. Like, that is something we didn't shut up about, and they did it. Great. But our power, basically nothing. Being on the fence is just part of living here, and cater to one's. Okay, I'm really sorry. My microphone died like right there. I have a wireless mic at the moment. It sounds great and crisp, but it is annoying to deal with. So what was I getting at? Basically, I was saying, like, when you are so busy defending one side and catering that one side, you can't be critical of your side when your side inevitably does something bad, because there's bad on all sides of things. Shocker, surprise. I'm sorry to be the one to break it to you, but life isn't that black and white. Boo-hoo.
Be what I'm striving for. So if I'm in here telling you this is why you should be, I would be doing the opposite of that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't tune into CNN, because they seem to try and sell you on a product. What makes Don Lemon credible? Well, he went to journalism school, okay? As someone who has taught a journalism class and TA'd at a college level journalism course, I could tell you that is not enough to make you credible. Yeah, these people aren't trained in objectivity. Well, it doesn't make a difference if you're trained in objectivity. That doesn't mean they have objectivity.
No one has objectivity.
Right, but it's worse in certain areas, especially when you have massive amounts of money behind it pushing specific agendas. I did feel like I was wearing the kid gloves, because there was this sense of this is for the administration more than for the students, because I think it should be about the students and just forget the administration, and that will actually achieve a better outcome.
Again, if this is how you make your living, it makes sense that you want people's attention to be grabbed when they're clicking on a video. So moving farther away from the general public, when you're talking to students and when you're making videos about students and what they're saying, how do you think it's beneficial for the student? It may be beneficial for you to have that bolded title and for you to have that kind of hook grabber, but people are going to see that and associate it with a college course that they're not in, and then watch parts of the video or all of the video and then lean on your title for the.
Oh my God, what is she trying to say here? Hold on. This is the most run-on sentence I've ever heard in my life. Professor, can you please ding her? Like, what the fuck is she trying to say here?
Content of your video. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hope.
People are going to see that and associate it with a college course that they're not in, and then watch parts of the video or all of the video and then lean on your title for the content of your video. Does that make sense?
So what you're saying is that he's responsible for every single person who watches his video. He needs to keep track of every archetype of person that's going to ever come across his video and cater it to their perspective, which is impossible and stupid. And he's also simultaneously responsible for people who don't watch the full video. Come on, get off it. This is a dumb question. It's just so me. Or am I just interpreting it wrong? I'm sorry. That was such a long run-on fucking sentence that it's just like, what is even your point? Are you just trying to sound smart? Like, it just didn't make sense, and my brain hurts from this video already. But what do you think about this topic and Warren Smith as a person, whether you agree with his right-leaningness or not? You know, can you look past that and like actually critically think and pick through his videos? I don't know. I can. I think most smart people can. Not that I'm smart. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me while I blab, and hope you had an enjoyable time. And I will see you in the next video whenever that comes out. Thanks. Bye. Have a good one.